Okay. With that said, let's enter the AMA. Welcome everyone to Grape Finance Weekly AMA. It's back to the usual moment of Thursday, 11 o'clock my time. I would say 10 o'clock GMT. And as per usual, we have LB answering questions. Welcome, LB.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here as always. The weekly MA
Definitely.
is a good time to share new things for the community and answer questions.
And so it is. And I am hosting. As always, I'll first go through the questions that have been asked already, and then, but I have to find them on my computer because I just clicked them away. Stupid me. Here it is. Ooh, it's very bright. Um, After we've gone through them, and there are only three, so we'll get through them very quickly. After we've gone through them, I will keep an eye on the AMA chat, where Saint is now asking where the link is. It's in the announcements. All right. Um, and if anyone there and asks a question, then I can either give them the mic if they tell me their name, or I can ask the question for them, as per usual. With that said, let's get to the first question. By the way, do I have to mute my mic a little bit? Is this good? Am I breathing in it? Is this all right? What are you hearing?
Sounds all right to me.
Okay, then I'll keep it. It's the first time I'm using it, so that. All right. Degen Crypto is asking, when the Treasury is printing Grape to buy back bonds, does it buy back the entire supply or only bonds being redeemed? The current supply of bonds is around 9K, and I'm trying to determine when or how the winery APR will increase. Thank you.
Yes. Well, it does. So there's a set amount. Obviously, there's an expansion percentage every epoch, and when there's debt to be paid back, when there is bonds that need to be, when there's a bond supply that needs to be paid, the Treasury mints new grape as per usual according to the set percentage, um, and 35% is set to the winery, and the rest is sent to the treasury itself, the actual treasury contract, so that it can build up a reserve uh, to cover that. And it does. It only needs to cover one-to-one amount in the beginning. So there's about 8,900 something bonds, G bonds. And so as soon as it went above that, as soon as it printed enough above that, and there was over 9,000 uh, grape in the treasury contract itself, it then went to the usual schedule of minting grape and sending it all to the winery. So that happened earlier today. I think we have
We're printing again, right? We're back
yeah,
to
yeah.
printing
So
winery.
we're back to normal. I mean, it's you still do get 35% of all the newly minted grape in the winery when there is a debt to be paid back, but obviously that's less than the full amount. But and the rest goes to the treasury until it pays back. So right now there's well, actually, it looks like people have claimed some bonds, which is good. So there's only 3,000 grape left in the treasury now, but there was 9,000. And as soon as it reached above the amount equal to or above the amount of bond supply, it just the next epoch it went to printing as usual, sending it essentially all to the winery. So you can claim bonds now. You depending on the TWAP, I guess what we are at now is 1.1.
1.1 about. Yeah.
Yeah, so you I think you do get a very small premium right now. But the longer that you hold it, you do get a better premium. Um, yeah, so we're back to normal pretty much now. I think we're only under peg for one epoch, maybe two epochs, uh, which is actually pretty good. The community did fantastic on that. It did a great part on even just like small buys of grape. Even just like not selling your grape is important below peg. Just staking it in the single stake for the time being, and buying bonds if you have an excess supply of grape, you can always trade that in for bonds. I mean, a good kind of like helpful thing you could do, I guess, is come in with fresh capital, buy grape, and then trade it in for bonds. I would only recommend you do that if you actually know what you're doing. If you've been around, Tomb Forks for a while and you know the strategy, like you're an actual, I guess, advanced user to do that. But even just not selling grape below peg is helping the protocol. And I think our community did that really well. And you can see that now we're actually already back above and we've already paid the debt back.
We have been doing really, really well, and I'm very proud of this community for holding up so strongly and not panicking. That
Yeah.
was actually beautifully done. And it's also good to know. I would like to, you already said it, but I would like to emphasize the only thing that makes price go up or down is buying and selling. I mean, the amount of grape in existence doesn't change the value of it, nor does the amount of wine in existence,
Mm.
even though that never changes. It's only the buying and selling that changes the actual price,
Yeah.
right? I hear that you wish to say something about that. Like
Oh
you,
no, no, I agree. I agree. That's yeah, no, that's exactly it. I mean, the price is determined by the buyers themselves, essentially.
yeah. All right, good. Then there's a question from Saint, and he wishes to know, is there an update on the NFT drop?
Yeah, well, because we're working on this, I guess the next question as well as asking about that,
Yeah. Can we get a
like
hint on what that
new,
purple stuff is?
yeah. Well, what we're planning to do is, so the idea is we want to add a new system, a new system essentially that will support this system that we have right now, and add a utility to Grape first of all, which is what supports the system, and add buying pressure for Grape as well, which is also what supports the system. So one way we're going to do that, and that's what this like kind of purple stuff new thing is. This thing that we've hinted at is not the NFTs that we've already talked about, but they will be tied in together. We're going to be doing you could say like a node system. I would call it more like an investment node, you could say, because it's not going to be a validator node like on a blockchain. It's going to be an investment node that will be an NFT, different from the NFTs that we've already announced. But it will be used to reward holders in Grape, but also the amount. So you'll be able to pay MIM or pay Grape to buy a node, so to say, an investment node, which then will be used to support the Grape protocol itself. So if you come in with MIM, you buy a Grape node with MIM. A large portion of that MIM will be used to buy Grape, which will then be sent to a reward pool, which is then distributed across all the investment node holders over a period of time. And then a small portion will be sent to the treasury as well to maintain, a treasury balance that can be invested in other protocols or Grape when needed to be. So there'll also be, so that's what we're looking at doing, and I've already started on this. We're going to be accepting MIM and also Grape as well. So Grape can be used to buy the node, of which a portion of will be sent to a reward pool for the node holders, and the rest will be added to the treasury's balance into an LP, the Grape MIM LP that the treasury will hold. And also what we'll be looking at doing probably at a later stage, because there'll be some pricing things that need to be worked out, is accepting the LPs, the Grape MIM LP initially, as a payment for the node in the first place as well. So it's a way that we can get protocol liquidity. It's a way that we can build up, we can create some use case for Grape as well. And we can build up a strong treasury balance that directly supports the protocol in itself. So that's what we're hinting at with this purple stuff teaser, so to say. And the NFTs that we've already announced will be tied into this. I'm just thinking logistically, or no, technically, how to do that. I think there will be a little bonus that you get on the rewards for holding the NFTs. Like you see in other node protocols, essentially, that, you have the NFT node, the node NFT, so to say, that gives you a daily reward, a set daily reward. It would be in Grape in our instance. And then there'll be the NFTs that are a limited supply, which is that NFT drop that we've already announced, that will give you a little bonus on the little multiplier on the rewards that you get. But with the NFTs as well, like the actual NFT drop that we've already announced, that will also already be as we've already said, the VIP card for Grape's future. And I guess the first thing that you'll get is in that VIP card is a multiplier on the Grape nodes that we're implementing. And there'll also be a bi-weekly lottery, so to say, you could say, or a raffle for the NFT holders. A set amount of wine will be dedicated to that, and you holding an NFT is essentially your entry, your ticket to that raffle. So all you have to do is just hold it, and that will run ongoing essentially. And there'll be numerous winners. So say, I think at the moment I'm thinking about 50 winners. Every 2 weeks we'll win a set amount of wine based on, randomly chosen based on your entries. So, the tier 1 NFT is 1 entry, and the tier 2 is, 2 entries, and so on. And that's just from holding the NFTs. So that's the NFTs. Yeah, that's the NFTs itself, which are limited supply. And then the node NFTs are, technically a different thing, but they'll tie in with the NFTs as like the VIP card of Grape. So, and also, we're going to test run that on our protocol. I'm hoping to have that up, like at least a prototype for a beta test run, maybe a closed beta in the next week to test that out functionality wise, make sure things run properly, the rewards calculate, etc. The pricing is correct. And then we'll slowly release that out for all users of Grape. And then we're actually looking at probably taking that to other protocols as well, to support their protocol and provide some revenue for Grape's treasury as well. Set portion.
How would that work? Working with the other protocols?
It would be the same idea as what we do here. where people pay to buy a node. I mean, obviously, it would work best with. It's technically designed for algo tomb forks essentially, uh, where you pay using either a stable coin or their peg token, and a portion of that is sent to a rewards pool to be distributed amongst other node holders, and then a portion is sent to the treasury uh, to invest in other protocols, or just essentially act as a store. And so we take it to other protocols. We can essentially manage it for them, and have some sort of revenue share from that, or I guess you could say a royalty for the management of that. But we'll start obviously with the Grape to test run it, to see how it works and iron out some little details, and then go from there. I think it's something interesting, something that hasn't been done before on an algo fork, and something that achieves the goal of adding utility and stability to the protocol, which is kind of like what we want to do, really, at the end of the day. So something we'll be focusing on in the immediate term. Yeah.
And the way it is adding stability to the protocol is because there will be an inflow of people of node buying essentially, and that will stabilize the price even more, even faster than it would if we would just continue the way we're going, right?
Yeah, and it adds, because you'll be able to buy it with the actual peg token as well. So it adds some sort of utility, and it kind of almost vests the rewards, in other words. So instead of it drip fees the rewards in a way that you get daily yield, but in a way that isn't some sort of ridiculous APR that then just leads to mass selling. In other words, which then just leads to a spiral. And then the protocol
will be pacing the
can
rewards
also,
as such.
yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry
and the
for
protocol can
interrupting.
also build up a balance behind it, a treasury behind it, because a portion can be, the idea is to support your protocol itself. So the most of it will be invested in your protocol, but you can obviously invest in whatever you want, really, as the protocol itself. So you can generate other revenue if you need to, or it would be a reasonable idea to do that to support the protocol itself. And then you can also get some sort of your own, you can own your own liquidity, or at least own a large portion of your own peg token, so that you can control the supply, so to say, so that there's not mass supply in the hands of people that are willing to sell it at below the peg token price. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's really awesome. It's like the Super Saiyan version of the Grape single stake pool, right? It's like we actually are doing something with it that is, will be a long-term focus, and actually makes people have a long-term focus as soon as they invest in it. There's no choice there anymore. You just got it.
Well, it's
Saint,
also you get daily yield without having to do anything. That's kind of why people like nodes, I guess, is that you just buy the node, and you just get daily tokens, and you can compound them if you want to get more nodes, or you can sell a portion here and there. But it's just an easy way to get a passive income, essentially.
Yeah, really beautiful. Hey, Saint replies on this, and Sam also has a question, but I'll prioritize Saint because of what it's about. Really love the focus on it. It's a great use case and will attract a lot of new investors. So smart to work it into directly supporting the protocol through the treasury and LPs. I would say thank you,
Thanks.
Saint.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very nice compliment.
I guess that's kind of the idea here. Obviously, it's still in the works, but it's something that we're going to prioritize. and hopefully actually have complete, as I mentioned, prototype soon. Iterate on a closed testing run, and then release for Grape, and then release for other protocols even. So yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll give the mic to Sam21 because I know he usually asks his questions himself. Sam, welcome.
Hi, how are you? I
Hey
hope
Sam.
all of you are doing fine. So I'm
Thanks.
sorry if I missed this. I wasn't active in the past few days. My question is regarding the NFTs airdrop.
Hmm.
So as you said that 1,000 wine stakers will get NFT airdrop. So what
Yes, yeah.
happens if there are more than 1,000 wine stakers in the auto compounder or on the website?
Well, I mean, I've done preliminary, I guess, runs through the amounts, and we
Mm-hmm.
are we are below. We're well below 1,000, so we shouldn't have an issue
Oh
there
yeah,
at all.
yeah. Last time you said it was around 300 or 400, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So that means that some LPs will get them as well. And what I'm thinking of doing now is, because the wine price is a little low now. So I think what I'm going to do, and before we actually start marketing this node thing properly, which will bring in a bunch of new people, I want to reward, the actual people that have been here with us. So I'm probably going to take the snapshot in the next week, in the next in the next week, before we start really marketing the node system, so that the people that actually get the NFT drop are people that have actually been with us already and a part of our community already, because that's kind of the idea of it. And then
Yeah, that would
obviously,
be very nice.
yeah, then obviously, people can still buy the NFTs anyway. There'll be about 2,000 still for sale after the 1,000 drops. So if you missed out as a
Hmm.
new person, you could still buy one anyway. So, but yeah, I want to reward the actual people that have been with us
Thank you.
for now. So we'll take the snapshot pretty soon, actually.
Got it. That's a major alpha. Another one.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
I um I actually want to hop in on this because that's actually a factor. I mean, nodes are very, very popular.
Mm.
So there will probably be a big influx of people as soon as we
Mm.
jump on that. That's of course it's a gauging. You never know,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it very well might give a large influx of investors, especially on AVAX.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I kind of want to do the snapshot a bit sooner, because the idea of it is to actually reward people in Grape that have been in Grape, not necessarily people that just come new for the NFT drop. It's directly. Not that that's a bad thing. Obviously, new people are more than welcome. We want them, and obviously welcome them in with open arms. But the idea of the dropping free NFTs is to reward the people that have already been here.
Yeah, and that's a lovely thought, and I think everyone will echo Sam there. That's I thank you. Um, so with that said, I don't see any new questions. I see a lot of new people having come in, but there are no more questions. So I'm going to give you the floor as to whatever else you still want to say. And if that's just a goodbye, then that's fine too. So go ahead, LB. Say what
Okay,
you
well,
want.
I guess I said what we're going to do with this node system. We're going to do announce more details as they come up. And same as the NFT, the limited NFTs. I'll mention them as and the things that they do, um, along with the multiplier bonus that we're going to tie in very soon. We're So we'll obviously keep everyone posted up with that in Discord. Probably going to write some Medium articles as that with that about all that sort of stuff. Um, but I don't want to give too much away right now. But I guess I'm giving you the general idea of what it's going to be, what it's going to do, and how it's going to support the protocol. But in general, I guess just want to say, I mean, we hit 200 epochs, over 200 epochs above peg, which is actually pretty insane. And when you think about it, it's 1,200 hours, it's 50 days straight above epoch, above peg. I mean, which is pretty incredible when you think about tomb forks in general. They don't really last that long above peg straight. That's pretty. Like, I don't think it'd be a record. I know that Dibs has done a great job staying above peg for a long time with their strategy of kind of keeping the APR lower in the boardroom, or the piggy bank as they call it, which then lowers the supply expansion and then keeps it a bit stable for longer. I mean, there are trade-offs to that, but they have lasted a very long time above peg, so that's obviously a good strategy. It's worked for them, but obviously for us, we're still, even now we're at 2% daily in the winery, which is, I think that's pretty decent considering we've been above peg. We were above peg for 200 epochs straight, and then we only went down for one or two epochs, and the community came back really strong. They stuck to the strategy. They knew exactly what to do, and that's thanks to the education that you've put out as well, and that sort of we've focused on as a main focus for Grape in general, so that everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what to do when we get there. And we showed that, well, the education does actually make a difference, and it does actually work, because the community sprung to action, and we'll back above pretty quick. And I think now that we're I mean, I guess I don't want to blame, I don't want to put excuses anywhere, but the market in general has been pretty insane in the last couple of weeks. Not the best time for crypto in general. So for us to survive through that shows just how strong our community is as well.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty good. And I would like to definitely thank the community for that as well, because it's one thing to just post some strategies and just, put out something, but it's another thing for an entire community to actually pick up on that and actually go for it. And as an aside, yesterday, Nick, also from the core team, not to be confused with Nikki. Nick was posting about some bot action and how to counter that. And the people that were online were actively trying to counter the bot action as a community. And I thought that was really beautiful to see.
yeah, it was funny. I think when the bot yesterday tried to, it's obviously some arbitrage bot, tried to go through the different routes, and it ended up losing like $10,000 in about an hour over 4 or 5 trades, which is not a good bot, so to say, when the guy came back and would have seen the losses he made. But I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that our community watched it, saw it, and then basically counter traded it. And I guess made some money off the bot itself. So
That's awesome, right?
yeah.
If we get arbitrages in and then the community makes money out of it.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. So yeah, definitely. This community is something we can really be proud of, because there's a lot of talk about, as we say, game theory, almost so much that it has become a dirty word, and I'm almost afraid to say it. Um, the thing is, though, that if you do have a community that really works together, it's not just theory, it actually works. And we are
Mm.
doing that. And I think that is a beautiful thing. And I think we definitely should be proud of that. I also see a lot of people in the community paying it forward by just always explaining to the new people the way we do things. and that's really beautiful. And also, when you said it might not be a record, sure, it might not be because Dips is there, but it's definitely a record in AVAX. And as we have seen, seniors protocols on AVAX usually aren't doing extremely well. And we have definitely set the bar high there because I think we are.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've done a really good job. Fantastic job.
Well, with all of that said, I think we're going to end this AMA. There will just be, as per usual, a weekly AMA, like next Thursday, the same time. I'm going to post it again, and there has been some confusion because I was using a code that should translate it to local time, but maybe some people are using VPNs or whatever that will translate that wrong. So I will also add just the GMT time, which is next week at Thursday at 10 o'clock GMT. Anyway,
Yeah. Also, I
uh,
guess I just want to mention we'll we'll be collaborating with some YouTubers coming up to you know essentially partnering with YouTubers to promote the node systems coming up. And also I'm doing another AMA later today, or I guess in the morning for me. Um, I think in about 6 hours. I'm doing it with CryptoZin in their Discord. So I don't know if you guys want to join in on that. You can join in on that. We'll post an announcement in our Discord about that closer to that time. I think it's in about 5-6 hours.
really cool. I personally won't be able to join, but I would love to see the recording.
I think it'll be recorded. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, a big thank you to anyone who was here, anyone who asked questions, and please remember to continue asking questions, even if you're not able to attend to the AMA, attend the AMA, I mean, then your questions will still be answered. And bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.